Hey guys, welcome to New Zealand's Biggest Gap here, an epic challenge that Laura and I decided to tackle a couple of years ago. 365 activities, 365 days all around New Zealand. Here we go. This is day 175 and we are tackling the Inlander train trip. It used to be called the Taieri Gorge, so that's what we say a lot during this video, but it's now called the Inlander, which is a train trip outside of Dunedin. Join me at the end of the video when I'm going to give you some updates and I'm going to check out all the comments you had the first time we published it. This morning we are in a rush. So it is raining quite a lot today, but this train ride is known to be even more beautiful under the rain, so we both can't wait. The problem is I booked it very last minute, so we are about 10 minutes from departure and we're not at the train station yet.
Robin has booked us into the Taieri Gorge Railway with Dunedin Railways, and that journey starts from the historic Dunedin Railway Station, which is said to be one of the most photographed buildings in New Zealand, and as soon as we walk inside we can really see why. We are getting our tickets for the railway journey ahead and we board the train.
It's too old school for me to figure out. This one's solid. Did you open this one yourself?
Bubble gum?
Bubble gum. This is my sticks.
Those are your sticks. Are they your bubble gum sticks?
Got any pliers?
You don't need pliers. You actually don't need strength to close them.
You don't?
No.
Do we slide it?
They don't move till I count to 3. 1.
Well, this one works.
2.
Oh, fuck it. I'm not closing it.
We are given a complimentary guidebook and then it's ready for the train to depart the station. This railway journey takes us along the Taieri Gorge Railway, which is part of the Dunedin Railways network. They do several different tours, but this one is said to be one of the most stunning. After making our way out of the city of Dunedin, we are then meeting up with the Taieri River on our journey to the little sheep farming settlement of Pukerangi, where we will then turn around.
Alright, so we just got off the train. We are at the Hindon train station and there is absolutely nothing around. Like literally nothing aside from the statue of a dog.
Let's go check it out.
Which we will go check out. Hindon is one of the many little stations that we're going to be passing through, but that's the only one that we're going to be stopping at. And this dog sculpture is a dedication to the sheeping dog that have been serving all the local farms for many years. Why is it that there is always just statues about humans? I really like the fact that they did a statue for a dog this time. After Hindon, we are moving on to the most stunning part of the gorge, and one of the employees of the train actually tells us where is the best viewing station. So we are moving ourselves to the back of the train, and this is really an awesome way to experience the gorge. There is nothing behind us, it's just so cool. So we're now in Pukerangi station where they're finally going to turn the train around. They're passing the locomotive from the front to the back, and we're going to make our way back all the way to Dunedin. The little town of Pukerangi is really eerie. It feels like it has been abandoned through a massive either storm, plague, or the Crusaders came in and just cut everybody's head. It's quite crazy how there is literally nothing around. But we're taking the time to watch the crew moving the locomotive back to the front of the train. I basically don't help at all, and then we are on our way back toward Dunedin.
On the way back, we get to enjoy all over again all the amazing features of this railway, including the many tunnels and viaducts that we get to cross or go through along the way. So the longest tunnel is the Salisbury Tunnel, which stretches 437 meters. And when that horn blows, you know you are approaching a tunnel, and that is when you need to get your head back into the carriage. Otherwise, that carriage is pretty close to the tunnel walls and you will no longer have a head. We also go across many awesome viaducts as well, including the Wingatui Viaduct, which is 197 meters long and 47 meters above the Molokai stream. It's a pretty gnarly viaduct to go over. And how can we forget about the scenery? The whole hills surrounding us are covered in this beautiful yellow plant called gorse. Well, we say it's beautiful, but actually on the commentary in the carriages, we are being told that this is actually an introduced weed into New Zealand that the Department of Conservation are really trying to get rid of. Nevertheless, it gives a beautiful cachet to the whole hills. While watching the beautiful scenery go by, we're also listening to the commentary through the speakers in our carriage, which is telling us more about the history of the railway, which was opened in 1889 and mainly used to transfer farm produce. And that's why most of the stops on this railway line are secluded settlements rather than hustling, bustling cities.
Laura and I were so surprised about this area. There is really nothing much in any guides about the Taieri Gorge, and it's a place that is very well hidden. Basically, the only way to visit the area is to take this railway, so we're feeling super lucky to have booked this trip at such a last minute. And just like in Harry Potter, when our train journey is finished, we are hopping off the train and heading to Hogwarts. But this time that's the backpackers and one of the best one in Dunedin. So there's a chummy old guy which is coming to see us and say, hey, you two, you look like you're having a lot of cameras. Come with me, I'll show you the best place in the train. And so we kind of follow that guy. He's kind of like moving like a hobbit, like follow me to my train. So we follow him like, this is my train. Alright guys, so I hope that you enjoyed this video. Again, it is called the Inlander now. That's the name of this train trip from the Dunedin Railway. It has been rebranded and renamed. So if you're looking for that, make sure to check for the Inlander, not the name that we said a million times during this video. Okay, Ebe says, I really want to go on the Taieri Gorge someday. Hopefully my dream will come true. We had Av that says, nice video of a train journey and such a beautiful scenery. I agree with all of you guys. Sheikh says, you guys are awesome. I agree with that as well. We are taking all your advice for our 15 days planned trip to New Zealand. Keep up all the good work you're doing. Blackadder says, I went on this trip in February and it was stunningly beautiful. I love that. Byron says, Hindon is close to where I live. Here you go. Ged Maybury says, it is good to see it again. I grew up in Dunedin and took the train before the tourist train or the rail car inland to go tramping. I've even walked through one of the tunnel and then across the bridge. I wouldn't recommend that. If there's a train coming, that may be a bit dangerous right here. TP Lions say it was much better when it went all the way to the end at Seddon and then Middlemarch. I would have loved to go all the way to Middlemarch. That would have been really epic. Scotch's Place says, oh, that would be fun. I am a train boy wolf says, I'm going on this in January. And then Why in the World is laughing at a Hindon dog. And Yasha was asking, how old are we and do we have kids? To do that many activities, my friend, we can't have kids. It's just, that would be too much of a challenge. So no, we were traveling kidless, but that would be a really cool activities to do with kids. So again, latest update is called the Inlander. If you want everything up to date, by the way, check out nzpocketguide.com. It's the largest travel guide to New Zealand. It's created by Laura and I. It's all free and it's always up to date. So now we actually mentioned that as the Inlander and we link to the correct place for you to be able to do all your bookings. So here you go. Make sure to like and subscribe if you find anything that we're doing useful. It's a great free way for you to reward all our hard work. In the meantime, we'll see you in the next adventure.